Good morning, students. I welcome you all to the part 5 of the chapter. And I know this is a bit long chapter, but then I believe that you have understood the previous parts. And we were in that segment of the story wherein the girl, that is Edla, was ready to stand by the peddler because of a promise made to him on a Christmas Eve. The promise was to have the peddler for the festival because she understood that's the meaning of Christmas. If I am not able to help a downtrodden, if I have promised supper to a person who really wants and deserves, and I'm not able to do it, I am not able to fulfill my commitment, then there's no point being there. So that's why she stood there and she was arguing with her father that no, this man is going to stay here because we promised and we have brought him here. He was not willing to come here. But the father was extremely angry and he says that you are going to pay for your decision. You are going to repent for what you are doing. But still she did not budge. She was standing there and she stood by. She banged the door and she said this man is not going to leave. And I'll continue with the next segment. So we saw this slide wherein she goes and bangs the door and she doesn't want this man to leave because of a promise made to him. And at the end what happens is, and with that she went and closed the door. What in the world are you doing, said the father. The father wasn't happy with the girl's decision that she is wanting that man to stay back. The daughter stood there quite embarrassed and hardly knew what to answer. That morning she had felt so happy when she thought how home-like and Christmassy she was going to make things for the poor, hungry wretch. She was so embarrassed, right? Because they have promised that man and they are not able to fulfill it. And that morning she was feeling happy that they will be able to fulfill the real meaning of Christmas. The meaning of Christmas is that you are helping a poor and needy person. Hungry wretch means somebody who is in dire need of help, somebody who is hunger struck. So then she could not get away from the idea all at once, and that was why she had interceded for the vagabond. Interceded means to obviously interfere. I'm thinking of the stranger here, said the young girl. He walks and walks the whole year long, and there's probably not a single place in the whole country where he's welcome and can feel at home. Wherever he turns, he's chased away. Always he's afraid of being arrested and cross-examined. So she says that I just stand for this man because the whole year he has been traveling from one end to the other. He is not welcome anywhere. He is not entertained anywhere, and he is being chased away, dragged away from everywhere. Why? Because he was dirty. Second, he was poor and hence nobody wanted him. He did not have position, power. So he is afraid of being arrested and cross-examined everywhere, and this was the only place where he could rest a while, he could be all by himself without any fear. And she wanted to give him that home. He looked at the young girl who had interceded for him. Interceded means interfered. Who looked? He here is the peddler. He was astonished. Why? Because nobody in the whole world was there for him. Why had she done it? What could the crazy idea be? After that, Christmas Eve at Ramsor passed just as it always had. The stranger did not cause any trouble because he had nothing but sleep. The whole forenoon he lay on the sofa in one of the guest rooms and slept at one stretch. At noon they woke him up so that he could have his share of the good Christmas fare, but after that he slept again. So the girl again interceded. She said that, see, I need to say this, that we promised him a home on a Christmas Eve. We promised him to give him food and supper. And that's why he came here. Otherwise, there was no purpose of bringing him here. And today you are only chasing him away. The whole year he keeps running away from people. He has no peace at all. And today when he can sleep at ease, he's at home, he can be comfortable. And you don't want him to be here. Why? You promised him. He was not interested in coming. But after promising, if you are not able to fulfill your promise, then that's a problem. So she was the only one, and this man, that is the peddler, he was astonished because never ever in his life there was somebody who supported or stood by him. He was not able to understand the reason for her kindness. He was not able to gauge why is this girl standing for him. When no one in the world likes him, everybody chases him. So he was not able to understand the reason for her sympathy, kindness and compassion. So all he did was, he was only sleeping. He got up, he ate and he slept. The whole noon, every time he was only called for food, otherwise he was sleeping to glory. It seemed as though for many years he had not been able to sleep as quiet and safely as here at Ramsau. In the evening, when the Christmas tree was lighted, they woke him up again, and he stood for a while in the drawing room blinking as though the candle light hurt him, but after that he disappeared again. 2 hours later he was aroused. Aroused means awakened. He was like sleeping, so then they used to wake him up. And he then had to go down into the dining room and eat the Christmas fish and porridge. So it seemed as though he did not sleep for many years. He was unable to get that comfort and the feeling of being at home. So all he did was eat and sleep. They used to arouse him, wake him up, and then he used to eat and sleep back again. It seemed as though for many years he did not sleep at all, and he was at home, comfortable, which has not happened in many years. So many years later, he got that home, the feeling of being at home, comfortable, where he was. You remember that line wherein he used to sleep with one eye open? That showed that in the jungle, obviously, he used to sleep and he used to be scared of wild animals. So hence, he did not have that comfort, and he used to sleep only there where he was comfortable. So then we got to see that he ate the fish and the porridge. As I said, it was just like a soup sort of a thing, and then he slept again. As soon as they got up from the table, he went around to each one present and said thank you and good night. But when he came to the young girl, she gave him to understand that it was her father's intention that the suit which he wore was to be a Christmas present, and he did not have to return it. And if he wanted to spend the next Christmas Eve in a place where he could rest in peace, be sure that no evil would befall him. Underline that. He would be welcomed back again. The man with the rat traps did not answer anything to this. He only stared at the young girl in boundless amazement. I need to explain you that line, wherein boundless means limitless, amazement, as you know, astonished, surprised, and one more line was there, where he could rest in peace and be sure that no evil would befall him. Underline that. So here he was going and thanking everybody for the Christmas and wishing everyone. Finally he came to the young girl. The young girl said, you can keep the suit which we gave you as a Christmas present. You don't have to return it back. And if you feel like coming back to us next Christmas Eve also, you're most welcome. And we promise you no evil would befall him. That means nothing wrong would happen to him at their place. So whenever he feels like being comfortable, being at home, he can come back again. And this man had nothing to say because he was astonished, shocked, surprised to see this young girl's compassion and kindness. So we got to see that this man, that is the peddler, was surprised and shocked to see the young girl's compassion and kindness towards him. He has never got to see such kind of feelings. Everybody has, been ruthless towards him. Everybody chased him away and they showed a lot of hatred and there was no love. First time he felt that there's somebody who is showing that kind of kindness and compassion to a man who's so unwanted. This girl said, whenever you feel like coming to us, you are free to come, and I promise you nothing wrong would happen to you at our place. So whenever you feel like being at peace, at ease, come to us. Every Christmas. So he was just looking at her in surprise and shock because he has not received that kind of love and compassion from anywhere. In the morning, the Iron Master and his daughter got up in good season to go to the early Christmas service. Their guest was still asleep and they did not disturb him. When at about 10 o'clock, they drove back from the church, the young girl sat and hung her head even more dejectedly than usual. At church, she has learned that one of the old crofters of the ironwork have been robbed by a man who went around selling rat trap. Yes, that was the fellow you let into the house, said her father. I only wonder how many silver spoons are left in the cupboard this time. The wagon had hardly stopped at the front steps when the ironmaster asked the valet whether the stranger was still there. So in the morning at 10 o'clock, the father and the daughter, they went to the church for the prayer service. And when she was coming back, that is Edla, her head was hung low and she was dejected. Dejected means she was upset and she was sad. Why? Because they got to know that last night there was a crofter who was robbed by a rat trap seller. Not last night, but a couple of days back. And the description matched this man's description, that is the peddler's description. So the father was ironically saying, or you can say sarcastically commenting, that I wonder how many silver spoons will be left when we go home. You only wanted him to be there. Now you have to face the repercussions, you have to face the brunt, because he's a thief. He has robbed the crofter's money, and I wonder what else will be left for us. So now when he entered his own house, that is the iron master, he asked the servant, that is the valet, whether that man is there inside, and if he has left, what all he has taken. So we got to see that the father was already accusing Edla for letting that man be in the house. He added that he has heard at church that the man was a thief, and the valet answered that the fellow had gone and that he had not taken anything with him at all. On the contrary means opposite to what he is saying, he had left behind a little package which Miss Wilmanson was to be kind enough to accept as a Christmas present. The young girl opened the package, which was so badly done up that the contents came into view at once. She gave a little cry of joy. She found a small rat trap, and it lay 3 wrinkled 10-kroner notes. So the servant said, no sir, he has not taken anything, but on the contrary, opposite to what you are saying, he has left a small package. And that package he asked us to give it to Miss Wilmanson. And if she's kind enough, she'll accept it. The moment she took it, she wanted to open it, but it was so badly, wrapped that it all came out at once. And the moment she opened, there was a rat trap, and this girl has already started crying, but the tears were of joy. And there were 3 wrinkled 10-kroner notes inside, and inside a rat trap. But that was not all. In the rat trap lay also a letter written in large jagged characters. Jagged means obviously when you are not having a very good handwriting, all jumbled up. But the letter said, "Honored and noble Miss, since you have been so nice to me all day long, as if I was a captain, I want to be nice to you in return. As if I was a real captain, for I do not want you to be embarrassed at this Christmas season by a thief. But you can give back the money to the old man on the roadside, who has the money pouch hanging on the window frame as a bait for poor wanderers. The rat trap is a Christmas present from a rat who would have been caught in this world's rat trap if he had not been raised to captain, because in that way he got the power to clear himself. Written with friendship and high regard, Captain Wonstel." How beautifully written that letter was, and you imagine what will be the frame of mind that girl had. After all that she heard, after all that she imagined all the way, she could read the letter, and I'm sure she would be crying to glory because she was able to bring somebody back to life. As I said, jagged handwriting, jagged characters is all haphazardly written, but the letter was very power-packed. He said that since you have been so nice to me and you have treated me like a captain, so I also wanted to behave like a captain, and I don't want you to be embarrassed, that is, you feel ridiculed, or you feel so ashamed because of a thief who was entertained by you. So I'm returning the money that I got from an old man who showed it and who stayed near the roadside, and he wanted to lure the poor wanderers like me by hanging that money in the pouch. The rat trap is a Christmas present from a rat, that rat has been compared to himself, who would have been caught in this world's rat trap if he had not been raised to a captain. So he says that I'm sure I would have been victimized, I'm sure I would have been a victim of the whole rat trap, but just because you gave me a chance to correct myself, you gave me a chance to clear my conscience, you gave me the power to behave well because you were so kind to me. That's why I had the guts to clear my own conscience by returning the money, and I write this letter with a lot of friendship and regard to you. And he signed himself as Captain Wonstel. That shows that if you love somebody, if you give regard to somebody, you have the chance of redeeming that person's character. So we got to see the father was extremely confident that nothing would be left at home. He comes and asks the servant But the servant said, no, he has not taken anything, but on the contrary, opposite to what you are thinking, he has left a letter for Miss Wilbanson. When she opened, everything came out, all together, popped out. Why? Because it was not done properly, it was badly done up. And she was surprised to read the letter, which said that you gave me the power to clear my conscience by your goodness. You gave me the strength in my character by believing in me, by giving me that kind of respect, by treating me like a captain. So I had the guts and the power to write what I have done. It is very difficult to accept your own doings, and that too evil doings. But he got the strength of character, he got that power by this girl's goodness towards him. So he says that you behaved so well with me, and that's why I had the power to write this letter. And he says, thank you so much for being whatever you are. And I was trapped in this world's rat trap where I was lured by that crofter who hung that money on the window frame in order to lure the travelers like me. And I was trapped. I was victimized. So I took it because I could not control my own greed. And today I have the power to clear myself because I have got a friend who treated me with respect and regard. So please return this money. He gave the money to her, and he says that I would have been a rat who would have been trapped in this world's rat trap. Thank God I met you, and because of your friendship, because of your love and admiration, I had the power to clear myself. I'm free now. So imagine how will that girl feel. Imagine how powerful her efforts were. She could change a person by her behavior, by her goodness. So that's why people say it is not important that if anybody is throwing hatred at you, you will revert back the same. If you give love, maybe not once, twice, third time, he'll think about your action and change his attributes towards life. So it depends on you. How much power you have in your own behavior, how much power you have in your qualities, that you can change a person. I would like to tell you the remaining summary which was left. We'll do that. The Rat Trap is a story about a rat trap seller who leads a very poor life as his earnings are very low. He has to resort to thievery and begging to make both ends meet. He's alone in this whole world and leads a miserable life, so he starts knitting up various kinds of thoughts. One of these thoughts is of supposing the whole world to be a big rat trap. His views are that the world offers us various types of baits in the form of comforts of life. This is in return to us as the rat trap of the world and leads us to various types of miseries. Every night the peddler had to search for shelter as he has no home. One evening he was offered shelter by an old crofter. The next morning he stole the crofter's money which he had earned by selling his cow's milk to safeguard himself. The peddler chose the path through the forest which was secluded but soon found himself trapped in the forest as he wasn't able to find the way out of the dense forest. Later on he finds a way to a forge and takes shelter there. Something unusual happens. The iron master mistakes him as an old friend and invites him to his house. The poor peddler rejects the offer due to the fear of being caught. Soon he is invited by the iron master's daughter. The next morning he is somehow stopped by the iron master's daughter for Christmas Eve, even after being caught that he was a peddler and not Captain Stale. The next day after Christmas, when the iron master and his daughter visit the church, he come to know that the man is a thief who has stolen money from the old crofter. The iron master and the daughter repent for sheltering a thief and wonder at what all things he would have stolen by that time. Here comes a twist instead of stealing, the peddler gives the iron master's daughter a rat trap. She finds a letter of thanks and the stolen money inside the rat trap. The peddler thanks Edla for her kindness and requests her to return the stolen money to the crofter. This story gives us the message that goodness in a human being can be awakened at any time with your good deeds. Love begets love, hatred begets hatred. That's the whole and soul theme of the story. If you are good to a person, you will get the same kind of love. It's people say vibrations. You must have heard people talking about vibes, good vibrations. Similarly, if you you give a positive vibe to a person, there are some people who enter the room and you feel they are such good personalities, they have good personas, they are so positive, and there are some, the moment they'll enter, you know, there'll be hundreds of things that they will not like. So it is the power of vibrations. Some people make you so comfortable, maybe you're meeting them for the first time, but it feels as if they were and they are a part of your life, integral part of your life. So similarly, this girl changed this man completely because of her goodness, love, compassion, apathy, which this man never witnessed. I'm sure if he would have witnessed that before, that love, that kindness, he would have been a different man. But that strength of character was given by Edla. Thank you, children. I'll get back with a different story. But before that, I'll do the question answers, and please write down the summary theme from the videos that I've